The first thing I did was soak the almonds. I left mine overnight. The longer you soak the almonds, the creamier the milk will be. Make sure you use raw unsalted almonds for your almond milk, or it will taste odd. If you can't leave them overnight, you can also boil some water and pour it over the almonds and let them soak for an hour or two. After soaking them, make sure to toss the water and not consume it, because after soaking the almonds, the water contains phytic acid, and consuming that reduces your absorption of other minerals. After soaking the almonds, we will start blending them. I don't tend to peel my almonds, but I tried it this time for my second batch, and I have to say it's so much better. We're going to blend until we no longer see any huge pieces of almonds. For this small batch, I only added 2 cups of water. Once the blending is done, we will be straining the almonds, and I'm using a cheesecloth. As you can see, the consistency of it is a bit more creamy. When I used to blend my almonds without soaking them, it was more watery. Like I mentioned before, I'm using a cheesecloth. If you don't have one, you can use a very thin towel or a nut milk bag. Then you will start to squeeze and try to get as much liquid as possible. Since I will be making almond flour with the pulp, this will help later on since I want the least amount of liquid in it. I love making my own almond milk since I cut down a lot of the extra waste and I'm able to use everything about the almonds. If I'm not making the flour, I use the pulp and I add it to my oatmeal with fruit for breakfast or as a snack. I'll be combining both batches of pulp to make the flour. I am now making my second batch, which is the amount I usually make. While this device is not necessary to make almond milk, it is pretty useful and tends to be less messy. I got it as a gift and it's from Almond and I truly love it. I already added the water to this, which is 5 cups for the minimum amount. This right there is the filter, or where the almonds go in and hold the pulp. The pieces of almonds can't get through that, so your milk has a nice consistency. This bowl serves a purpose to remove the filter and catch any extra milk from the pulp. Add the almonds and screw the top back on. Plug in the almond cow and press the cow start button. It will run through 3 automatic stages. When the green light stops flashing, your milk is ready. It will blend 2 more times, and then you can remove the top and your milk will be ready. I store the milk in a glass container that came with the almond cow. This is the pulp from the second batch, and because I want to make the flour right now, I'm going to squeeze all the liquid out instead of just letting it drain. On a baking sheet, I'll spread out the pulp and bake it at 250 degrees for 2 hours, moving it every 30 or so minutes. From removing the skin of the almonds to spreading out the pulp, it was pretty therapeutic, I have to say. Once it's completely done, I will be adding it to the food processor and blend it till it becomes very fine like flour. And just like that, we not only have made milk, but also flour, which you can use for just about anything. I'm a huge fan of Parmesan cheese, but the ones I get gets pretty pricey eating at the rate I eat it. So I've been trying to find alternatives of that, or making my own, and I did just that. I made my own and it was pretty impressed and happy with the results. I used the almond flour, nutritional yeast, a pinch of salt, garlic, and onion powder. I made pasta that night as well and I added to it and it was pretty tasty. Overall, this was a success. Nothing went to waste, and we were able to make different things by just making our own almond milk.